Hello and welcome to History of the Day series of Triumph IAS.
First, we will start from the important birthdays of 13th February. Sarojini Naidu birthday. Sarojini Naidu, a well-known poetess and one of the best national leaders of India. She was always ahead in India's freedom struggle. Her fellow men drew strength, courage, and energy from him. The youth power used to get inspiration to move forward from him. Due to his sharp intellect since childhood, he composed a poem called Lady of the Lake at the age of 13. She went to England for higher education in 1895 and continued to write poems along with her studies. The Golden Threshold was his first collection of poems. Her second and third poetry collections, Bird of Time and Broken Wing, made her a well-known poet. She was born on 13th February 1879 in Hyderabad, Andhra Pradesh. Pandit Gopal Prasad Vyas birthday. Pandit Gopal Prasad Vyas, one of the famous poets, writers and literators of India. He was considered a poet of Brajbhasha, a critic, a penetrator of grammar, literature, rasality, ornamentation, heroine bhed and pingal. Pandit ji was the father of a new stream of satire humor in Hindi. Gopal Prasad Vyas was considered to be the originator of patriotism in humorous rasa. He was a well-known poet and writer of social, literary, political satire humor and was famous as Hasir Safdar. He was born on 13th February 1915 in Govardhan, Mathura. Faiz Ahmad Faiz birthday. Born in Punjab in British India on 13th February 1911, Faiz Ahmad Faiz was a Pakistani poet and author. He has been hailed as one of the most influential writers in Urdu in the country. A man who wore many hats, teacher, an army officer, a journalist, a trade unionist, Faiz was arrested in 1951 in a conspiracy to overthrow the government. Released 4 years later, he became one of the tallest names in Urdu writing. The government of Pakistan posthumously awarded him its highest civilian honor, the Nishan-e-Imtiaz, in 1990.
Moving on to the important events happened on 13th February. Number 1. World Radio Day. 13th February is a date proclaimed by UNESCO to celebrate radio broadcast, improve international cooperation among radio broadcasters, and encourage decision-makers to create and provide access to information through radio, including community radios. It's an occasion to draw attention to the unique value of radio, which remains the medium to reach the widest audience and is currently taking up new technological forms and devices. UNESCO encourages all countries to celebrate this day by undertaking activities with diverse partners, such as national, regional and international broadcasting associations and organizations, non-governmental organizations, media organizations, outlets as well as the public at large. Number 2. New Delhi became the capital of India. New Delhi, the capital city, had its foundation stone laid by George V, the then Emperor of India. The event took place in the Delhi Darbar of 1911. The city's architecture and planning were done by two British architects, namely Sir Herbert Baker and Sir Edwin Lutyens. It was on 13th February 1931 that Lord Irwin, India's Viceroy, inaugurated New Delhi as the new capital of the country. Since then, New Delhi has become the center of government, with all the branches needed to run the country. Before New Delhi became the capital of India, Kolkata had the privilege of being the country's capital till 1911. However, Delhi had been the financial and political center of many empires that had earlier ruled India. Some of the best examples of this are the reign of the Delhi Sultanate as well as the reign of the Mughals from 1649 to 1857. With the coming of the British in India, many things changed. It was in the early period of the 1900s that the British administration thought of shifting the capital of the British Indian Empire from Calcutta to Delhi. One of the main reasons that were cited for the capital shift was the location of Delhi. Calcutta was situated in the eastern coastal part of the country, while Delhi was located in the northern part. The British government of India felt that ruling India from Delhi was easier and more convenient. The proposal was heartily accepted by the British Raj. During the Delhi Darbar on 12 December 1911, George V, the then ruling Emperor of India, along with Queen Mary, announced that the capital of India would be shifted from Kolkata to Delhi. Along with the announcement, the foundation stone for Coronation Park, Kingsway Camp, was also laid. This would be the Viceroy's residence. The initial planning and architecture for Delhi were done by two British architects, Herbert Baker and Edwin Lutyens. They were among the leading architects in Britain then. Once the plan was sanctioned, the contract of building the city was endowed on Sobha Singh. The construction work began after the First World War and the whole construction got over by 1931. The city was finally inaugurated by the then Viceroy of India, Lord Irwin, on 13 February 1931. Once the city was inaugurated, plans of extending the city also started coming up. Different architects gave their ideas and inspirations, but the majority of them got rejected by the Viceroy. The main reason behind the rejection was the huge cost involved. Once the capital of the British Indian Empire shifted to Delhi from Calcutta, a temporary secretariat building was constructed in North Delhi in 1912. Many of the important offices shifted to the place so that general working would not be affected. It is also quite interesting to note that for proper running of the various offices of the then British Indian government, employees were brought from Madras Presidency, Calcutta Presidency, and so on. The employees lived in the nearby areas and later turned into one of the most posh residential areas of New Delhi. 2010 Pune bombing. On 13 February 2010, a bomb went off at the German bakery in Pune, killing 18 people and causing injuries to at least 60 others. The bakery was full of tourists and locals at the time of the blast. Indian intelligence agencies have since pinned the blame on the terror group Lashkar-e-Taiba for an attack which shook the country. It came less than 2 years after the dreadful terror attacks in Mumbai in 2008.